Hello from the Busy Needle. Today we're doing a fun, this is always fun to do because I'm getting ready to quilt. This is my Weather Vane quilt that I finished piecing. I've been piecing on this for months, off and on. And we are pinning it. We're pinning the top, the batting in the middle, and the bottom so it doesn't shift as I move it around to piece it. Now you can do this all sorts of ways. I don't take a whole lot of care. I make sure there's no wrinkles if I'm going to hand quilt, because as I hand quilt I smooth it out with my hands and in my hoop as I work from the center out. This is always a fun part for me because it's a big completion part. We use pins. You can get these at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. They're called quilting pins. See how they have a little bend to them? And that makes it easy to get through all three layers. You can use regular safety pins, but these work a lot better, and they can be used over and over. I keep them in a tub or a jar. Those little cream cheese jars, like what you use on your bagels, are great little containers to use for pins and bobbins and that kind of thing. Usually when I start pinning, we have a design. Of course, on this one we're doing one in the center, a couple out in the block, then one at every intersection of the sashing, and one in the middle of each sashing. That's just kind of our pattern we're using as we go, and you just keep smoothing it along as you go, smoothing out. Remember, like a pebble in a pond, smoothing all the wrinkles out as you go. And you can use excuse me, a bigger table, and I have before, but because I'm going to hand quilt this, and again it's easier for me to smooth things out in a hand quilted quilt. If I was machine quilting, I would probably use a lot bigger table, take a lot more care, and really smooth it out really well, and get it tight. There's all sorts of ways. Some people use clips on the edge of the table, and some people tape it down. I've done it in the floor before. A lot of people do it in the floor, and I've heard there are people who baste with thread, actually take big stitches with thread as you go. The problem with using thread is as you actually go to hand quilt, you have to cut out those basting stitches, and the rest of them and the rest of your quilt cut loose unless you figure out a way to tie a knot. It's just a real hassle. And I've also heard horror stories of people doing this on the floor, on their carpet, and actually pinning it to their carpet, which sounds horrible to me. I would hate to have that happen. So we just use our table, and today we're just using our little kitchen table, our breakfast table. But I have used bigger tables, but we're just not in that place today. We've had a busy break, and we're just not going to drag out anything more than we have to. And as we get a section done, we about got this section done. I pick up any pins we got loose here, hon. Okay, and then we very carefully will slide it. I'm working from the center, so we're going to go the next section down. So let's slide it down, hon. Okay, and we'll pin this section out to the edge. And once I get it all pinned, I'll take my scissors and trim about 5 inches around the edges, and then I'll be ready to put in my quilting frame. So have a good day from the Bent Needle, and God bless.